Building discipline off-grid is one of the most important and unavoidable parts of the lifestyle, because without external systems enforcing structure, discipline becomes the foundation that keeps everything working. In modern life, discipline is often supported by schedules, jobs, deadlines, and social expectations. Off-grid, most of that disappears, and what's left is your ability to do what needs to be done without being told, reminded, or pressured. In this video, we're going to break down what discipline actually looks like off-grid, why it's harder than people expect, and how it develops over time through real experience. Let's start with the most important truth. Off-grid discipline is not about motivation. It's about consistency when you don't feel like doing something. One of the first things you notice is there is no external structure unless you create it. No one tells you when to maintain your systems, when to prepare for weather changes, or when to fix something before it fails. That responsibility is entirely yours. If you delay tasks, nothing stops you, except the consequences later. Discipline becomes your only way to stay ahead instead of constantly reacting. Another major factor is preventative work. Off-grid systems reward maintenance more than repair. Checking your energy system, cleaning filters, managing water storage, preparing firewood, or organizing supplies. All of these tasks are easy to postpone because they are not urgent in the moment. But if you ignore them, they turn into bigger problems. Discipline means doing these tasks before they become necessary, not after something breaks. Then there is the challenge of working without immediate rewards. Many off-grid tasks don't give instant results. You maintain something today, so it doesn't fail next week. You prepare resources for a season that hasn't arrived yet. This requires long-term thinking and the ability to stay consistent even when you don't see immediate benefits. Another key aspect is managing your energy, not just physical, but mental. Off-grid living includes both demanding days and slower days. Discipline means knowing when to push through tasks and when to pace yourself. It's not about constant effort, it's about sustainable effort. You also develop discipline through routine building. Over time, tasks become habits instead of decisions. Checking water levels, monitoring energy usage, maintaining tools, and preparing supplies become part of your daily or weekly rhythm. This reduces mental load and makes discipline feel more natural instead of forced. One of the hardest parts is doing necessary tasks when conditions are not ideal. Weather, fatigue, or low motivation don't remove responsibilities. You still need to handle essential tasks, even when it's uncomfortable. This is where discipline becomes real, not when things are easy, but when they're not. Another important factor is avoiding shortcuts that create bigger problems later. It's easy to take the easier option in the moment. Skipping maintenance, using more resources than planned, or delaying preparation. Off-grid, those shortcuts usually come with consequences. Discipline means choosing the harder option now to avoid a harder situation later. There is also the challenge of self-accountability. In modern environments, accountability often comes from other people, bosses, deadlines, systems. Off-grid, you are accountable to yourself. If something doesn't get done, there is no one else responsible. This can feel freeing, but it also requires honesty and consistency. Another major area is time discipline. Without fixed schedules, it's easy to lose track of time or delay tasks. Off-grid life often depends on timing. Sunlight for energy, weather for tasks, seasons for preparation. Discipline means organizing your time around these natural constraints instead of drifting through the day. You also learn priority management. Not everything can be done at once, and some tasks matter more than others. Discipline means focusing on what is essential first, even if other tasks feel easier or more interesting. Over time, something important happens. Discipline becomes less about effort and more about identity. You stop forcing yourself to do things, and instead you become someone who naturally maintains systems, plans ahead, and handles responsibilities. So what does all of this mean in real life? It means discipline off-grid is not a separate skill. It is the system that keeps everything else working. Without it, even the best setup can fail. With it, even a simple setup can be stable and reliable. So to summarize, building discipline off-grid involves creating your own structure, doing preventative work, staying consistent without immediate rewards, managing your energy, building routines, working in difficult conditions, avoiding short-term shortcuts, holding yourself accountable, managing time effectively, and prioritizing correctly. The biggest shift is not external. It is internal, because discipline becomes something you rely on instead of something imposed on you. And that's the reality. Off-grid living doesn't give you discipline. It requires you to build it. And once you do, it becomes the foundation of everything else. If you want more honest, real-world insights into off-grid living, make sure to subscribe to Off-Grid Life Tech for more videos.